Hi, guys, and welcome to Podcast Full of Women. You probably can barely hear this. Hey, Linz, how's it going?
Oh my goodness. Hello. Hi,
Hi.
how are you?
Dude, I have missed you. I'm doing great. She's fully vaccinated.
Love it. You look fully vaxxed and
Thanks.
waxed, ready to party.
Vaxxed and waxed. She's ready to mingle. How are you?
I like how you immediately touched your chin. Like that's what I was talking
Yeah,
about,
because
but it
that's what I
wasn't.
do. I know what you meant, but I'm sorry. I'm like obsessed with, okay, you know how obsessed we are with Drag Race. And I was watching a thing today about, I forget which drag queen, but they were talking about how they have to wax their chin because it's like so unruly. And then as soon as you said that, I was like, yes, but I've actually never done that. I don't know if that works. I feel like it would tear my
I've
skin
never
off.
waxed my face.
Never. I've never done it either. And like, I'm not trying to be like, oh, she doesn't need to. Like, I mean, I don't. But I feel like I just like, I don't know. I'm scared of like what would happen. I think I've waxed my brows before when I was really like, remember the pencil thin ones of the early 2000s?
Yes.
She did some damage that day. Yeah, she did some damage.
I feel like every time I go get my nails done, which hasn't been in a long time, but
Mm-hmm.
people always
Mm.
go in there to get their eyebrows waxed or their chin waxed, and I always feel like they look really red when they come out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's not for me.
You're like, maybe never. Yeah, no, I've done my eyebrows and yeah, they would do it. And I would look like I just had like sunburn because look how pale I am. Like, it would just everything would show up. That's why I would never, I don't know, I'm nervous about that shit. Or like a chemical
Yeah,
peel. I've never done anything like that. I know it's totally different, but like people talk about chemical peels and stuff. And like, I don't think I could ever do that. I would think my
I've
face
done
would
like
just,
the light ones that you can get, like when you get a facial, you can do like the $60 upgrade for a peel.
mm.
I've done that. It's
What did you
never,
look like? Did you Samantha Jones it? Like Sex and the City? Do you
no,
remember
it's
that?
not that
Okay.
bad. No,
Okay.
no. It definitely is cool when you do it because like all your like I guess I'm still a teenager because I still get acne.
Hmm.
But like all like the leftover kind of spots just like peel off. It's weird. Like a week later, like all your
Oh,
kind of like brown spots or like old pimples just like
yeah.
they just come off.
Damn. Okay.
So
You
so
know, I
maybe you get it.
maybe I will try it. Yeah, now that I'm vaccinated, without doing everything, I'm gonna get waxed and peeled and
Vaxxed.
shaved and oh yeah. So I have a lot of things to speed the people up on. And I know you do too.
Just
Um
want to thank our sponsors, Burger King. Thank you, Burger
oh,
King.
I want to
When
thank
you're
our
here, your
sponsor,
family.
the BK Lounge. Um, I have Harney and Sons Master Tea Blenders. And then this mug says girl power.
Oh,
So
that I love that.
yeah, I like that. That's from Michelle Catolo. She gave it to me
Oh, that's sweet.
like literally years ago for like my birthday or something. It was pretty cool. But yeah, I'm drinking tea. That's our sponsor too, Harney and Sons. It's not a sponsor.
For white
But
people.
soon. Yeah. But soon, y'all. Sponsors soon. So I guess I was gonna since we're on a visual medium, my hair doesn't look as short as it did a couple weeks ago. But should I tell the people what I did to myself?
I think it looks a lot shorter than a couple of weeks ago.
Wait. Oh, I know what you mean. Okay, okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay, so the day I got my first vaccination, which was the beginning of this month, like April 7th-ish, 6th, something like that. And so I was like, yes, I'm feeling flirty. I'm feeling my zhuzh. I'm going to take a bath. I'm going to light these candles, so I've never done, this has never happened to me before, but I was like lighting these nice candles. I had a bunch of them around the bathtub. Like I was just going to have a moment. And I was lighting one and I turned my head to like look at the other and light it. And all of a sudden I felt like a lot of heat on my left side of my face. And then I looked in the mirror because, what's going on? And I had a literal like inferno ball of flame on my whole left side of my face.
Oh my God.
And I've never had my hair lit on fire. Like I've always had long hair and I've always been like, I've heard these horror stories or like seen on YouTube, like, or like honestly TikToks where they like are trying to curl their hair and it just breaks off or something silly like that. But this was like an inferno flame. So the first thing I thought was Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, and Joe Pesci dunking his head into that kerosene. But I'm not psychotic. So my tub was filled with water. So I immediately had to have been less than a second because it went fast. Like, I don't think I have particularly dry hair, but it just went like I was straw. Like I had no, like, fucked up. So then, so then I waterboarded myself and I just like dove head first in the tub. And when I came out, like my body was just covered in like hair pieces and ash. And the room smelled like a horse stable. Like,
oh my God.
Burnt hair smells disgusting. Burnt hair smells like, I don't know, like wet dogs mixed with dead.
It's like its own weird smell.
Yeah, it's really messed up. Like I didn't expect that. So like, yeah. So then I was like touching my hair and just fistfuls of hair. And so my boyfriend was in the other room and he was like, did you light a candle or something?
Did you light like a really bad candle?
did you light like a person on fire? And I'm like, yes, it's me. You know, and he's like, did you burn your cats? I'm like, no. It just smelled so terrible, like an actual stable, like livestock moment. Anyway, so he came in, he was like, oh my God. And like, it was just like my hair was all over the floor. The tub that I had dunked my burning head in, it just was floating like on the surface. Like it was horrifying. And so, yeah, I literally was like, okay, so I'm in shock. I'm probably burned because there's no way I wasn't burned. It was just like an inferno. So I touched my hair, my head, my scalp slowly, nothing. And then I was like, okay, well, my ear is a little bit like tender to the touch. I'll put some aloe on it or whatever. And like, that was it. And I was like, okay. And then after about like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, I was like, I need to take a shower. I want to wash these ashes off my body. Like I look like an insane person. I look like The Grudge. Like I look like or The Ring or whoever. God. So I took a shower. More of it just like came out and I was like, oh God, but no, nothing burned, nothing hurt. So, yeah, I was fine. I don't know how I was fine. But then I gaslit myself. Cause you know, when like what we do is like, after we go through something that's like weird, we're like, nah, it wasn't that bad. Like there's no way. Like it was just me. And maybe I'm just dramatic and it couldn't have been an inferno like that. Like there's no way that shit was such an inferno. There's no way. And then I did my mascara like the next day and I had almost no eyelashes on the left eye so it was like right on my face. Like it was real. But hey, leave it to me to get my first vaccination and then light myself on fire the same day. What you gonna do?
Oh my God. Was that at your apartment or his apartment?
Mine. And yeah, mine. No, yeah, it was my
like
apartment.
That's better. It's like it's less embarrassing.
Yeah. You know what's so funny is I'm not embarrassed at all. And that's probably that says something more about me than anything. But I was just more like, I'm so glad I didn't get Quasimodo'd on this. Like, you know what I mean? Or I didn't become Two-Face, you know, because that could have happened.
Yeah. It could have turned bad real quick.
Mm-hmm. I have a feeling it was about 1 second away from being like actually like insane. So like for like a good like 4 days, I just kept saying like, I lit myself on fire. That's crazy. So, you know, but I'm fine. It's all good.
I love it. Actually, it's interesting because I had a dream the other night that I was telling someone else about how you set your hair on fire and I acted it out for them and I dipped my head in the tub.
Really? You dreamed about it?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, so I wonder what that means.
It means you feel my pain.
You get it. You know, I think
Sarah's
it's just
dumb.
a bit, or I'm just dumb.
No, I'm dumb. You're like, my friend Sarah's dumb. She lit her head on fire. No.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're okay. That's still scary.
Yeah, it really is so scary, but like, it's so funny. Like outside, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, you know how things like are funny when they don't go tragically wrong? They're like funny. Exactly. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
You can laugh about it because it's okay. Because
you know what? For those of you watching, like she still got it. You know what I'm saying? Mean, it's a little lighter. That's for sure. The ponytail's a little bit lighter and it is shorter, but she still got it. You know what I'm saying? Your hair is luxurious.
Maybe your one eye looks slightly smaller with no eyelashes.
Yeah. Maybe I'm like this.
Just like, it's fine.
Yeah.
No, it looks good. You can't tell.
Good. And I've been taking so much biotin. That's biotin. And so many supplements anyway. Like I'm a supplement girl, and she's been biotin for the gods. And my eyelashes already like, hey girl. That's why my nails keep growing back, and I keep having to cut them because they're like. So luckily, she's got it back. Could have gone wrong.
I'm gonna put my phone on silent.
Cool, do it.
Will that do anything? Because people are blowing me up.
Oh like, my god,
I can't talk.
I put on do not disturb on mine. I should have said that. I'm sorry. I'm the bad techie.
Oh, it's okay. It is now. Well, yeah. I just got one of my vaccines since the last time we talked.
How'd it go?
So it went great. I got it over here by my parents' house, and it was in a barn. Like it was like I waited outside with a bunch of people in like an outdoor barn. And then inside was like it was like a big empty barn, and they had like the doors open. So it was like free flowing air through it. So it was actually really nice.
That's nice. So you got vaccinated in a barn.
I know. I had so many jokes planned for my interactions with the soldiers running the site, and really no one talked to me.
Everyone's like, haha, get away.
I was like waiting for someone to just come near me so I could be like, which way is the VIP section? but literally no one talked to me. And then once I was done like sitting there after I'd gotten the shot, and they, make sure that you're not going to like have some sort of reaction. As I was leaving, I said there's like a man and a woman there from the National Guard, and they were sitting there. And I was like, so is there like a pizza party after this or something? The guy just looked at me and he was like, I mean, they definitely feed us really well. I was like, okay, you have a good day.
Yeah, like your sense of humor is attacked. I can tell. I'm going to go. Yeah.
They did not, he didn't understand. Crowd. I was trying to say a pizza party for me because I got the vaccine.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I felt good afterwards. I just felt tired, and that was it. So
yeah, I would have loved it if you're like, and then I looked to my right and there was a horse. Just get an vaccine.
There was like one of the soldiers when I walked in had a kitten. So
a kitten.
There was like a very small kitten. I was like, that kitten's so cute. He's like, I know. And I was like, okay.
Random.
It was random. Everyone is like so friendly out here. So
anywhere but New York. I know. Yeah.
So yeah, exactly.
JK, I love New York, JK.
I was like so excited to get the vaccine, of course, but like I felt like this like kind of strange, overwhelming feeling of like sadness also when I was getting it, because I was like, so many people have died this year, and like they don't get to get this vaccine.
Right.
So I also just was thinking about that too when I was getting it. So yeah, I don't know. I felt conflicted, and I could tell like the people around me, and I'm sure you're the same, that like I noticed people all around me like crying or kind of getting like teary eyed, because it did feel like it felt important and like emotional.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. Almost everyone I've talked to has had a really interesting emotional response to getting it. I think me getting it last year and then getting the vaccine, I think I had kind of a different one just because I kept testing my antibodies. So I didn't feel completely protected at all. That's why I went and got the vaccine. But there are people, obviously, that some people who haven't even left, their apartments or homes and are here getting this vaccine. And honestly, such a relief to be able to get that. I think it's kind of still hitting me because I just got the second dose that like in a couple weeks, I'm going to be fully vaccinated, and it is such a load off. It's such a relief, but it also is very sad because we get to do this and like 500,000 plus Americans or whatever, 500,000 Americans, I think, about maybe a little less, can't, and millions of people all over the world still aren't getting access to vaccines even yet. And it's pretty upsetting. And there's also then on the flip side, not to do hot takes, but on the flip side, there's people that have access to it that won't get it because of misinformation, or somehow they think it's not something they need to do or should do for everyone else and those around them. I understand if someone is going through like certain things like chemotherapy or is very, very immunocompromised or whatever. But honestly, we live in a country where you can get it. I know in New York State, I don't know about all the states, but I know in New York, everyone almost can get vaccinated, 16 and up, I believe anyone can. and then you've been taking walking. There's really, to me, no excuse not to, unless you have a major health condition that prevents you. It's not just about that I won't get that sick from it, because yes, I did have COVID and it didn't take me down. Yes, but it's really also about everyone else. That's really the point, is that how do we achieve herd immunity in this country, in this world, and end this thing? If we don't all get vaccinated.
You just also don't know if you are the person who is going to be okay from it. You know, one of my friends, Laura, is in a wheelchair from it and on oxygen still from it. And she's the same age as me, you know. Even my brother-in-law, Michael, like he works out more than anyone I know. Like he actually does like MMA and like competes and stuff like that. And like at his level, you know, he's in amazing shape, and he from COVID still has problems breathing when he's working out and doing his training and stuff. So it's like, and he's, you know, and he's also mid-30s. So it's like all these people are like, I'll be fine, we'll be fine. It's like, you actually don't know that until you don't know that. Have it.
You actually do not know that. And also, okay, you want to be selfish and make it just about you. You also could spread it to someone who then gives it to someone who's extremely he's going to die. You might indirectly kill somebody, essentially. So I really think that, to be honest, it's like really confusing to me, because there's countries like India where they're like piling people in the streets and it's horrifying to watch. And then there's countries like New Zealand and who have really followed precautions in terms of everything. And then a lot of the Asian countries who are masking up and doing it have really combated this very well. So I just don't understand the whole thing. It's very confusing to me. So not to get on that tangent, but I also had feelings about that too, that like, here I am doing this, and like, it's literally anyone could in this whole state. And I hope everyone's taking advantage of it, but I know they're not. And that really upsets me, you know?
Yeah, it's interesting. And, you know, we have a lot of friends in Canada, and, you know, I do feel like Canada is similar to us in a lot of ways and then not in a lot of other ways, but there's no game plan for people our age to be vaccinated there. Like all of our friends, they're like, I don't even know if they're vaccinating old people. Like they're just not, they don't have vaccines in Canada. So it's crazy to me how privileged we are in America that we have so many vaccines. We're literally stockpiling them. We're not sharing them. And, you know, I just read this article though, that I think it was in the New York Times, that was talking about why we're unwilling to share with some of these other countries, because especially countries in Europe, they don't have the same kind of laws that we do when it comes to, you know, can Pfizer be sued? Can Johnson Johnson be sued? For everyone in America, for all of us accepting the vaccine, none of us can sue the vaccine companies. America has waived the rights of us seeking any sort of repercussions if anything happens. In Europe and stuff like that, in places like Europe, they don't have those same laws. They're like, why would we agree to that? So basically they're like, we want the vaccines, but we still want to be able to sue you if something goes wrong. So all these big companies who have the vaccine like Pfizer are like, well, we're not willing to share it with you until we agree upon the terms, basically. So I actually didn't realize, I just thought we were just keeping the vaccines. I didn't really think about that the companies are like, we don't want to give it to them if they're going to sue us, basically.
Right. Because if you think about that, I mean, I'm conflicted on that, because if something did happen to you that was terrible, one of the very few, I mean, yeah. And then also too, it's like, is it the vaccine that did that to you, or is it, you know? So I can see some of that. That's really fascinating. Yeah.
It's interesting.
I have a friend who's Canadian who's in my D&D group on Mondays. And he got the AstraZeneca one, but he's also like around our age, maybe our age, I think, maybe just a couple years older, but he doesn't get the second dose for 6 months because there's really just no plan. It's just like, wow, okay. It's like, you get it, but then your next scheduled one is like in 6 months. And I'm like, what? That's weird. And isn't AstraZeneca the one that was in England causing like blood clots and shit? So I don't really know.
I think that one had more problems than anything. And like, For JL's mom in Thailand, she's in her 60s and she's still not eligible for the vaccine. And the only vaccine they have is the AstraZeneca one and then one Chinese one. So it's tough. It's a tough situation. She doesn't go anywhere.
Right.
So she's always in the apartment anyways. so she
even before the pandemic or no?
She always that woman has always wiped down her groceries. I never saw anyone wiping down groceries until I met Arissa and 10 years ago. So and I was like, why do you do that? And she was like, do you know how many people touch these things? The fruits and vegetables go in the road when they're loading them into the truck. It's disgusting. I wipe everything down. I was like, I never thought about that, but honestly, she's right.
Honestly, if we would have been more like her this whole time, we wouldn't be here probably. So
yeah. Let's be more like Arissa.
Hashtag more like Arissa. Hashtag Arissa.
She's amazing. Yeah. She actually, JL's mom is actually a published novelist in Thailand, and like people know who she is. So she's
Arissa.
Cool.
She's really sweet too, and she's super cute. I've hugged her one time. I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago. It was in your last apartment, not the one you have now, but the one before. And yeah, I think she gave me a big hug, and she was really cute.
She's so small. I don't know how JL is taller than me because that woman is so small.
She felt like even petite to me, and I'm small, girl. I'm like 5'2", so.
She still wears, they don't throw anything, his parents don't throw anything away. She still wears JL's t-shirts from middle school, like as like PJ shirts, because why would you throw that away, Sarah?
That's a great point. Why would you throw that away? JL's t-shirts. Oh my God. Yeah.
And they don't look old either. They look, I'm sure, like how they looked then now.
Wow. She's taken care. She's taking good care of the clothes. Well, that's cool. I mean, that's got to be dope. Like, I still can wear some things from like high school, which is funny, but they're falling apart, girl. So I had to Marie Kondo my life and get that shit out of here. I've Marie Kondoed probably like 4 or 5 times in the last 2 years, and I still am getting rid of stuff every time. It just feels like I don't even have that much stuff yet. Here we are.
No, I definitely am a purger. Like if I have something for a long time, I get rid of it.
I get triggered because then I'll watch, like, I can't watch Hoarders, because if I watch Hoarders, I throw everything I own. I throw everything I own out. Like, I go too far. I'm like, cool. Is that my birth certificate? Don't give a fuck about her, throwing her out.
I was never born. Cool.
Yeah. I don't care about being born. That's a piece of paper I don't need right now. You know what I mean? Like, I go too, like, I'm like throwing stuff out. It's like, that's my grandmother's, don't care. Like, her china, get it out of her. Not that I have any china. What am I even talking about? My mom has all the china, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
like
I feel you. Clothes, I get sick of clothes so quick. I'm not someone that spends a lot of money on nice clothes. So if I don't like something I got at H&M a year ago, I donate it or I give it to my sister.
Yeah, you have to. Like, I have some piece, like, I like to have a statement piece. So sometimes I have something nice, but it's like very rare. I have like a nice item that matters to me. And then everything else is just like, wear it till she's worn out. Like, you got to do what you got to do.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Get her out of here. Yeah, I think I got rid of, let's see, I got a couple bags of shoes at the beginning. Okay, so during COVIDia, the big old lockdown, me and my roomie Dorian, we like got rid of a lot of stuff and donated a lot of stuff when they would take it. For a while, they were like, "No, get your disease shit away from me." Yeah, but I get a whole bag of shoes, like 4 bags of clothes. So, yeah. And I still don't have enough room for all my stuff. So I don't know what's going on, girl. What's going on?
I know. Yeah. And honestly, this pandemic, like, I've pretty much only worn sweatpants the whole time, and I can't get myself to wear regular pants because I'm like, they're just uncomfortable now to me. Now that I've spent a year in yoga pants, I'm wearing yoga pants right now.
Dude, yoga pants are awesome though.
Like, I'm never going back.
I think I'm wearing like stretchy jeans right now. They're like jeans, but they're like
See,
legging
those
jeans.
that looks like pants though.
I know, but they're not. They're lying. They're such a lie. Well, it's because of my stream. It's because of my live stream, because we started a live stream every day on weekdays rather for Quit Playing. And I was like, oh crap, I have to get dressed like a person and put
Yeah.
makeup on. And so I never got that like I'm in sweatpants all the time mode because I didn't get that time. So, you know, I'm kind of FOMO'd about it. Like I do kind of want to be in sweatpants for like 2 months, but it's too late now.
I definitely spent more money investing in like more loungewear. So I think like I went full tilt.
You're like,
Full
it's a
tilt.
lifestyle now. It's my lifestyle.
How can I look like the Kardashians? Like where I'm just in a like one uniform color and I'm just shaking a salad.
Yes. Or sitting at a table with glasses on, staring like not at each other, but like sort of up.
Yeah. Well, girl, speaking of reality shows, tell me about this season of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Can I just say, what a good season.
Yeah.
Did you feel that way? Like, I felt like something about this season made me feel like I was watching, then this is obviously my opinion, season 9 energy again. Like I felt really, I don't know, every single person really moved me. And the looks this season, I thought were something else. And the top 3, you know, top 4, but top 4 were pretty dope. And I don't always feel that way. I don't always feel that way.
For sure. I feel like this season was really strong. I feel like it felt less produced. Yes. Like sometimes that's their issue is all the skits are shitty. They kind of push, you can almost feel them pushing certain narratives. Well, I brought the same Snatch Game character. Well, so did I. Well, who's going to get it? And you can tell it's like situations, maybe the producers put them in where like, you have to talk about this. I also feel like they didn't make us feel some type of way about villains. I feel like they usually do that in the edit. Well, you'll kind of like be like, oh, I don't really like that person. I think that could have been Candy Muse for some people, but honestly, she was so funny and they let her talk and explain a lot of things. So from the beginning, you're like, okay, she's going to last because they're letting her talk a lot in the confessionals.
She's a personality.
It was great.
Oh, I thought it was fantastic. I just think, I don't know, it just made me feel, not that I think the past couple seasons have been good. I just felt like there was something about this season that felt a little bit elevated. Just as a whole, I think the ensemble was stronger as a whole. I think that, like you said, I think the challenges were better. I loved
the writing. The writing was so much better in the acting challenges.
Oh, thank God. Because there were some acting challenges in the last few seasons before this that I just was like, this is borderline unwatchable. Is your camera off? Okay.
Oh, yeah. It just said low battery, but I still have 20%, so it's okay.
Good. Thank the gods, mother.
I have my phone charger in case it gets really bad.
Okay, good. In case it goes totally off the rails. Yeah, I agree with you entirely. I do. Did you have favorites? I kind of had top. I out of the 4, who did you want to win? Who are you really rooting for?
I really wanted Simone to win.
Me too.
I also love Gottmik. As a trans man, it was just so cool to have him on the show. I loved all the looks that Gottmik brought. Was so amazing. But I love Simone, and I just felt like Simone had a voice. She had a brand. She was so smart. She looked so beautiful on top of, she was just smart and funny.
She's amazing.
I loved her.
Yeah, I think she is literally the full package. I was like, my personal opinion was, I was like, yeah, I would have been okay with Gottmik or Simone, but I was very happy that Simone was the one who won because I think she's just a wonderfully well-rounded queen. She's super ready to take that. And again, it made me think of, in a way, Sasha Velour, when you think of like capable winners who will then voice in wonderful ways all the things that need to be said and really hold the crown in like lovely esteem. And I just really think of her in that regard. I think she's amazing. And her looks, I mean, come on. And Candy Muse, dude, Candy Muse was hilarious.
She was great TV. Honestly, she was very, very funny.
So funny.
And I loved Rose. And from the beginning, JL watches with me when I watch. And from the beginning, I was like, who's your favorite from the beginning? He was like, I think Rose is my favorite. I was like, really? Because at the beginning, him picking Rose felt so random to me.
Right.
And then she really progressed through the season and got very strong towards the end. But at first, I was like, I can't believe Rose is your favorite. But then she like really grew on me too. And I was like, oh, she's so talented with the singing and the dancing, the acting. She was next level. It's always,
sorry, you go.
Oh, I was going to say, it's always interesting how when someone is so professional on RuPaul's Drag Race, they paint it like it's a bad thing. They're like, oh, she's so professional. She needs to loosen up. It's like, no, she's so professional and she's killing it. Like they always try to make it some kind of storyline when I don't think it should be.
I agree entirely. Like we would love a seasoned queen. We also love a queen who's like, I have no money and I've never done this before. I've only done this like a couple times, but somehow here I am and I'm just talented. I love that shit too. But I love a seasoned queen because then you're not just focusing on them as a drag queen who's like whatever lacking in some ways. I think it's great because then you can focus on like, how are they advancing during the season? Because if they're already seasoned queens, to see them then get even better as the show is going on is something to watch. You know, I think it's fantastic.
Because then it feels like a story, right? Where you're actually getting to see someone grow as a person.
Yes. Because they're not worried about the basics. They're worried about like they already have those basics. So I think it's wonderful when it's seasoned queens because then, like you said, it's just like it's a storyline. You're seeing them grow as an artist, not just as their persona.
Yeah, I thought it was great. Did you watch Drag Race UK at all? Did you watch the second season of that?
No, I didn't. I watched the first season. I just did not have time to watch the second. Did you? What did you think about it?
Well, girl, you have my login that we share, so you can watch it on your computer.
Done. I need to watch it. I really do.
Absolutely no spoilers. Cool. But I will say Drag Race season 2 UK, the UK Drag Race felt like the early days of Drag Race in the best way possible, where I think they really achieved the like taking a step back from the producing, really featuring each of the queens, letting you like fall in love with them, and definitely it just was so funny. So I think it was a really, really great season.
Good, because my favorite seasons are like 4, 3, you know. I mean, I've seen them all, so whatever. But like, I know rewatching them, like 1 is iconic, obviously. 2 is great because Raven and all that stuff. 3 is Jujubee, but 3 is like Raja. You know what I mean? You watch those and it's just so genuine. There's not a lot of producing. It's really just them being themselves because that's enough TV right there. So like you're saying, I love hearing that it's more less produced because that has been an issue, I think.
Yeah. And the same thing where I felt like the writing was better for stuff.
Good.
So
I love that number. Like what was the dance number for this latest season that the 4 of them in their monochromatic realness? Lucky. Yeah. Loved that.
Yeah. No, yeah. I feel like the producers of RuPaul are listening to people's comments of things they don't like, and they are trying to fix them in the current seasons. So I appreciate that because it kind of gets old where you're like, I want to watch it and not know who wins. I want to watch it and like root for multiple people, not just one person.
Right. And I don't like when people are painted out to be villains so hardcore and you're like, but they're people.
Exactly. And I feel like as the show has gotten so big, like the online hate that some of these queens get is just insane to me. It's like, if you love this show so much, why are you so bent out of shape that you really feel the need to like go on these drag queens Instagrams and tell them to kill themselves? It's like, you know, it's too much. It's like, baby, it's a TV show. Okay. Right. And these are real human beings on a TV show. Like, don't get so worked up. There's so many other things we should be getting worked up about, not fucking RuPaul's Drag Race and who made top 4.
Right, exactly. Like, are you really getting mad at, these queer folk that are just like doing their art for us and like this is something for us to relax and enjoy instead of there's all this other shit going down. Why are we getting upset about this? Like, and threatening. Like, there's a series, an animated series that Attack on Titan, where and this is the recent season, people didn't like the animation in this season as much, and they were literally threatening the animators, like, you've done a worse job, like threatening their lives. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, draw it yourself, and or yeah, you can have an opinion, but why are you getting like this steamed? Like, relax.
Oh
I don't
my
know.
God,
People
that's
get so
crazy.
mad about I think we have an anger issue as a species right now. I think we always have, but I feel like there's like this weird, um, if everything is based out of fear or anger, you're in the wrong realm. You're doing the wrong thing. You're wasting your energy, you know? Um, I feel like that's been a kind of a blanket thing on a lot of everything happening right now, whether it's politics, the world, just watching a reality series and just losing your mind over wearing a mask or something, and all these other things that are like, people are getting angry. It's so much anger and like fear and hostility. And I just feel like, I think that's a sign that maybe you're on the wrong track.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like it's not worth it to get that heated about things and threaten people and do all this stuff. And you're right, there's so much hate thrown at these queens, especially
the
queens of color get a lot of hate on social media, and it's kind of unreal. And I think back to, like, how the vixen was treated and all these other things that happened in past seasons. So yeah, we just can't do that.
Mm-mm.
We have to be better.
Yeah,
it's literally a reality series too. So
it's like a reality show. It's interesting. Speaking of reality shows, like, they announced this week that the show my friend Ariana is on, Vanderpump Rules, is coming back, and they released 2 clips, like, just to tease it, to be like, it is coming back for sure. And the way that Instagram has showed me just so many videos of people just losing their mind about these 2 clips. And Ariana posted like, hey guys, we haven't started filming yet. We start filming next month. These are just sneak preview clips to show you guys, like, we are filming. And people are like, well, that's a lie, because I saw the clips. So clearly you're already filming. It's just stuff like that. It's like, why is it a lie if it's a sneak preview clip? Like,
why are you mad?
You guys okay? And like, the post has hundreds of comments like, I want Stassi back, who's the girl who got fired for racist behavior. It's like, I won't watch unless Stassi's on. It's like, you guys are, clearly you still care about it, but you're still following the hashtag for the show and feel the need to comment on a video. It's like, do we all not have shit to do? Do we all not have jobs? Like, this is literally how people spend their time, is just like hating on people on Instagram. It's so bizarre to me.
That's my biggest question, is like, how do y'all have the time? Like, I just don't have that time. And also, like, the energy, like, this is a real person. Like, maybe you feel like they're accessible to you, like you're accessible to them, or whatever. You feel like you can get to them and it's cool, and that they've given up their rights to be like people because they're, but really, like, do you have to get angry and send them really messed up stuff? Like, by the way, Ariana was slamming in that music video for Young Gravy. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Didn't even know she was in that. And then I was, that song has been like my guilty pleasure, and I keep listening to it. And I like to like shower dance. So I'm in the shower and I'm like, post yoga, I don't get to do yoga, and I'm just freaking, I'll be in the shower like, yeah. And that song is like the one. And I looked up the video and I was like, there's Ariana.
Yeah. I'm so proud of her.
Dude, she's
always in stuff.
Yeah,
she's always doing stuff. Yeah, I miss her. I'm proud of her. I'm glad they're getting back to the show.
Cool.
Because that'll be fun for them.
Yeah. And she's happy about it.
She's happy about it.
Yeah. Okay, good.
It's funny, this just fell out of my wallet. I really need to try to keep track of this more. It's my vaccine card. I'm like, I can't lose this.
What's that thing on it? What is that thing on it?
They gave me like a little holder for it.
What the? I didn't get a holder.
One?
No.
Yeah, they gave me like a
little. They just gave me the paper. Okay.
A really plasticky smelling protector.
Chemicals. I have mine on the fridge because I don't know what else. That's the only place it'll go that I'll never lose it. It's like that whole ingrained thing of like putting your kids' drawings on the fridge, like it'll never get taken down. You're like 16, and you're like, Mom, it's still up. That's what my vaccine card's gonna be.
I love that. Well, I want to take a trip soon. Are you going to take any trips soon?
Yes, girl, I have to. I literally have to. And I love traveling, and I usually go on some sort of trips every year because like that's my thing is like I like to work a lot and play a lot and go after my dreams and blah blah. But one of my big dreams is always to travel. I just think I always come back feeling like a renewed person, and I feel like it's so important. And obviously, with everything going on, I obviously have not been able to. So yeah, I'm definitely going to take a trip down south to see my family for sure because I haven't seen them now in a long time. Because they're all vaccinated now.
Awesome.
I'm going to be filming something in Nashville. So that'll
cool.
be fun. And I used to live there when I was in middle school, so I'm really excited to go down there again as an adult. And then my parents and my family and my boyfriend, all of us, my brother and his roomie and all this stuff are going to go down to the beach later this year around my birthday. But I
Nice.
really want to go to like the Caribbean or something like that. But I don't think that's a good idea right now. So I don't know.
I mean, as long as you got your second shot, and
that's true, babe.
Girl, just go.
Yeah, I want to go. My main
those places, they need tourism. And if you're vaccinated and you're safe, like those places, they need people to be going there too.
I think you're right. And there's like there's a lot to celebrate. Rather, there's a lot to be upset about right now, but we have to celebrate the things that we are doing or things that we do have, because, if anything has become more apparent is that life is short, things can happen. And I think it's really important to celebrate. So yeah, I really plan on traveling like as soon as possible, as soon as I'm, I think it's 2 weeks after my second one. So as soon as that's happening, I'm going to sit down with, Mike, and I'm going to sit down, with friends, family, and figure out if we can do some trips or something. Cause I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here.
Honestly, like I had so much fun when we went to Bermuda, and that flight is so short.
So short. You're right.
It's like less than 2 hours. It's like an hour 45 or something. It's like less than Florida.
I think we have to.
I want to go back there so bad.
Yeah. I think it's the dream. I think that's the one.
It's the dream. We're going to rent a beach house for 2 weeks in August.
Love that.
So that'll be nice.
Yeah, mine will be in September. I think it's 1 week in September, but yeah, Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, that'll be nice. Yeah, we're going to a place Lauren and Michael went last year, called Point Pleasant Beach. It's in New Jersey.
Oh yeah, I know where that is.
It's like a small island kind of strip thing that just has doesn't have a lot of stuff, but my sister said the beach was so nice. So
I think I saw her Instagram and it looked stunning. So
yeah. She had a little break at some point last year and they went, and wore masks and didn't see anyone and didn't eat at restaurants, but just went from their hotel to the beach and back and forth.
That sounds amazing, honestly. And, she, if anyone deserves it, she does. I mean, she's a frontline worker, nurse. I can't imagine, how
I was like, girl, let's blow off some steam. Let's go to Miami. Fuck it. Let's be those people on the news flipping trash cans. You and me, girl.
God, Miami. Dude. Yeah, I think my mom called me about that. She said there were people fighting in airports. Is that for real? I didn't watch it because I just don't want to be depressed. So
#Florida.
#Florida man.
Yeah. My parents are down in Florida right now. I told you just coincidentally my Nona's husband passed away this morning.
I'm sorry.
And it's crazy. Thank you. And it's crazy that they're just randomly down there when this happens. But yeah, they said it's definitely different than up here. No one's, of course, wearing a mask. And when they ask people if they've been vaccinated, they haven't. And all my relatives down there have all gotten vaccinated, which is good. Because my parents are like, we won't see you until you get the damn vaccine. So they all got it.
Good.
So that's good. But yeah, mom and dad were like, yeah, it feels weird. They're just not used to it yet, just going to a restaurant or whatever. They're just, I'm sure it will feel weird for all of us when we're allowed to just go hang out with anyone or go to any restaurant or or whatever, because we just haven't really been doing that. But
I know.
But yeah. But
That has to be really weird. That has to be so strange to be in another state and then like it's just a different vibe entirely, and you're just like, okay,
yeah,
all right. I was kind of taken aback by the Bill de Blasio announcement that New York is fully opening on July 1st.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I want to be happy about it, but I'm a little nervous. I mean,
I want to be happy, but will I?
Yeah. I mean, I am happy. I'm just
not my personality.
It's just not me. Yeah. You know me, just Debbie Downer. I mean, I do think it's inspiring that like half our state, I believe, has gotten vaccinated, which is pretty cool. And I think it'll be fine. I'm just a little nervous. That's all. Just to go full on, but we have to at some point. So I don't know. I'm conflicted.
Yeah, it's tough. It's like, when can these Broadway actors go back to work?
Yes. Well, they need to go back ASAP. It's like unreal.
Even just like, I had a dream the other night, like that JL and I went to the movie theater, and it literally was like the most simple dream where we like got popcorn, we sat down. It was all like in real time. Like, you know how dreams are sometimes like kind of sped up or whatever. It was literally like a dream. I was physically acting out going to a movie theater.
It was like monotonous.
It was borderline monotonous, but like, I was just so happy to be able to go to a movie theater with JL and we were going to watch a movie. And I'm like, I think that is the thing I miss the most for me, is that like, that's the time where if we get a babysitter, we go see a movie,
Yeah.
And we get to be by ourselves and go see a movie.
Right.
So maybe it's also that. Maybe it's really like, I need to go see a movie.
I need a minute. I need a time out. Yeah, no, I think you guys just want to date. It's cool, man. That's good that you want to date your husband. I think that's a good sign. Yeah. I think you're going to make it. No, I get that. I get that a lot. I get that because was that the same dream where did you explain to JL that I lit my hair on fire in that dream, or was that like a different dream?
And then we were like at the movie theater, I was like, here's what happened to Sarah earlier. She's like, dip her head.
And JL's like, that sounds stupid. Sarah's yeah. I want to go to the theater. I want to go to a movie. One of my friends did because they were like, they were fully vaxxed, they could go, and it was like no one was there and they got to see a movie, and I was like so jealous. And I was like, dude, I cannot wait. I'm gonna probably try like in a few weeks to go, because why the fuck not? I really have to. I miss that. I do. I miss that too. I miss going to cool restaurants. It's New York, guys. There's so many amazing places. I miss exploring new spots. I miss like, all those things. So yeah, again, I'm excited about opening up. I don't know. I just want the cases to go up. I just don't want the cases to go up. I'm just nervous, but it's cool. We have to live.
Yeah. It's hard to imagine, but
Did you hear about the Excelsior program?
The what?
Excelsior program. Have you heard about that?
No.
Okay. So in New York State, again, I only know about New York stuff. Sorry, guys. Sorry to be so regional, but I promise I care about everyone. I just don't know anything. I just don't know enough. But the Excelsior program in New York State is you get a QR code 2 weeks after your second vaccination, and it's an app. It's called the Excelsior badge or something. And you can show that at venues and it'll show that you're fully vaccinated. And they're going to start implementing that in our state.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. So it is like a vaccine passport.
Uh-oh, big brother. Uh-oh. Oh no. It's like,
what's that, Bill Gates?
As I look at the thing that freaking just makes me go, what is like, dude, you're getting upset about a vaccine passport when you have to get vaccines to go to Africa, and you always have. You've always had to get vaccines to go to the country. And you're looking it up in your smartphone as Google Maps tells you the best route to get home, and you're worried about a vaccine passport. Got it. Okay, cool. Got it.
I know.
Yeah. Good times. I'm sassy.
Never has it been so easy to be a fucking idiot.
Bless them.
Well, you know what, girl? We almost at 50 minutes.
Yeah, we did good. I'm glad to be back. I can't wait to eventually be in person down the line when we're.
I know.
Good.
I'll be fully vaxxed and waxed, ready to go.
Same.
June 1st.
What a glorious day!
And because that would be 2 weeks after my,
I
blah,
get
blah,
that.
blah.
Yeah.
And Nolan starts his preschool on June 1st.
So you'll just be crying the whole day. I'll be like, hey,
we were just waiting for us both to have the vaccine, because I was like, I don't want to spend this whole year not seeing anyone. As soon as we send him to preschool, he's going to get COVID the first week he's there.
I know, dude. These preschools are like petri dishes, bro.
Yeah, kids are just honestly disgusting. And preschools are disgusting. And even before COVID, like when Nolan would go to his little class, like he never used to get sick until he went to that class. And then they constantly just have snot.
Yeah, they're snotty.
It's gross.
Yeah, it's gross.
But I'm happy for him.
So happy for him. Good for him. Moving up in the world. Okay, so June 1st is our date. But until then, you guys, we're going to be doing this virtually. We hopefully will have some really good guests coming up. We'll talk more about the future of the pod. And we're just like I'm so happy to be doing this with you.
I am too, Sarah. I miss you so much. And yeah, I love you.
I love you. And we'll see you guys on the next episode of Podcast Full of Women. Bye.